Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of Pork Buck Hockey, where we talk hockey and only hockey. It's your host, JBACS, here for a special Halloween edition of today's episode. So, another week in the NHL, another massive amounts of goals, and we have Leon Draisaitl now leading the league in points with 25 points. He also leads the league in goals with 12 goals. So there were some pretty interesting highlights this week, such as Andrei Svechnikov of the Carolina Hurricanes scoring the league's first Michigan goal back in like the 90s, I think it was 1996 exactly, was when the Michigan goal in college was scored by, of course, the Michigan Wolverines. And the other night, Andrei Svechnikov put one in from behind the net with the lacrosse-style Michigan goal. Pretty impressive. Haven't seen that one before. Another thing that happened this past week was Saturday night. The Heritage Classic in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada was played, and it was the Calgary Flames and the Winnipeg Jets. I'm pretty sure that Winnipeg won that game. I got to go back and check. It's been a couple days since I last checked. Let's see. Saturday scores. And it was the Winnipeg Jets winning ultimately 2-1 in overtime. It's a pretty good game there. Another interesting thing in the league this week is the standings. Standings I always find very interesting, as Washington still holds the first spot in the Metropolitan with 21 points. Then Carolina follows in second with 17 points. And now the New York Islanders are in third with 16 points. I'm pretty sure they were on a win streak, not just a team point streak, a team win streak. I'm pretty sure it was of 7 games. They've been playing really good lately. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-game win streak as of now for the New York Islanders, and they have found themselves into the third spot in the Metropolitan. Then we head to the Atlantic. Boston has tied Buffalo for first with 20 points, followed by Florida with 16 points. Florida's been a weird team. Sergei Bobrovsky in net, he's been playing some weird hockey lately, and we'll see if he can get back to his normal game where he's stopping pucks and all that, and get some shutouts maybe this year, so we'll see. And then the wild cards in the Eastern. We got the Pittsburgh Penguins with 16 points, the Toronto Maple Leafs with 15 points. There's a good game the other night. That would have been Tuesday night, so 2 nights ago, between Toronto and Washington. That game went to overtime, and Washington won 4-3 in overtime with an Alex Ovechkin goal. John Carlson still playing fantastic hockey. He is just doing wonderful things. He's had plenty of points for the Capitals this year and plenty of goals. The other interesting thing, Washington set a franchise record with the most team points in the month of October so far, so they're doing well. Montreal, they're actually playing better as of late. They are up to 14 points. And then Tampa Bay also has 14 points. Tampa Bay played an interesting game last night against the New Jersey Devils. The final score was 7-6. 13 total goals scored. And Tampa Bay ended up winning that one in overtime. So that was an interesting game to be watching and following along with. And then the rest of the standings, Columbus, Philadelphia, the Rangers, Detroit Red Wings, the New Jersey Devils, and the Ottawa Senators follow off. And we'll head to the Western Conference. Still leading the Central Division is the Colorado Avalanche, although they are without Gabriel Landeskog for, I think he's on a long-term injury. He got hurt. I don't know if Rantanen came back yet, but he was hurt on a day-to-day basis, so he might be playing here. And they're struggling with the injury bug, which has everybody in the league. At least every team seemed to have somebody get injured lately, and it's just it sucks. I mean, there's a high level of hockey being played where guys are flying around on the ice and hitting each other. So, yeah, people are bound to get hit and end up getting injured, but there's also some freak accidents where you hit your own players or get caught in a rut on the ice and end up bending the hell out of your ankle. So, we'll see how the injury bug continues because it's going to play a huge part this season. You can already tell early goings. And then back to the central standings. We got Nashville in second with 17 points, and St. Louis, the defending Stanley Cup champions, in third with 17 points. So that central's real tight in the top three, all separated by 1 point. And then we'll head to the Pacific. The Pacific has the Edmonton Oilers still playing very good hockey between Draisaitl and McDavid. James Neal, I think, is up to 11 goals, was second in the league. He's playing really good. They're at 19 points. Vancouver, who's playing really good hockey behind Besser and Peterson, they are at 17 points. And then the Vegas Golden Knights still quietly making some noise at 8-5-0 for 16 points. Marc-Andre Fleury playing pretty good. I'm pretty sure he had a good game in their last outing, and they won. And Vegas is just one of those teams that, since they came into the league 2 years ago, that they're going to continue to be a force to reckon with, and they're going to upset some team seasons. I just know they're going to be a playoff team that they're gritty, they're fast, and they have good goaltending. So they're always going to be one to watch out for and see if they can upset some teams this year. Then the wild card standings are the Anaheim Ducks with 16 points as well. Arizona with 15 points. Calgary, 14. Winnipeg, Dallas, San Jose, Chicago, Minnesota, and Los Angeles in last. So there's been some surprising teams there. Chicago, they're sitting at 3-6-2 right now. They got guys like Kirby Dach, Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, Corey Crawford, and Robert Leonard are their goaltending duo. So, you'd think they'd be a solid team. They also got Alex DeBrincat on the offensive side, who was a 40-goal scorer last year. These guys just can't seem to get things going. Not sure if it's coaching or if it's just the boys aren't coming together as one to win games, but we'll see. Another surprising team is Dallas. They have a really good team with Radulov, Seguin. Goaltending is Ben Bishop. They got Jamie Benn. They're a good team, and they just can't seem to play well. They're 5-8-1 with 11 points. So they're really only 5 points out of a wild card spot right now, and it's early going. They could make some moves, get some better defensive health. I mean, they have Miro Heiskanen. He's got a weird last name, but he's a really good defenseman. And we'll see how the rest of those things go for the Stars, see if they make some moves, see if they can't get back to the top. So we're going to go back to some stats here. The save percentage is Tuukka Rask at .951. And Marc-Andre Fleury, he has all 8 wins for Vegas. He's playing good, like I said. He's the wins leader. In the last 10 days, we've had Elias Peterson. Sorry, he came out and said he wants it to be Peterson, not Pedersen. Still getting used to that. He's been playing well, having a good amount of points. And then Jordan Binnington's been playing really well, had a good amount of wins in the past 10 days. He's had 4 out of 5 games he's won. His highest save percentage in those 4 games was a .972. The team leaderboard, we got the Boston Bruins leading the way with a 31% power play percentage. And then the San Jose Sharks are doing really good on the penalty kill at 90.4%. The Predators still doing really good at scoring goals. Matt Duchene playing some incredible hockey right now. Philip Forsberg, Ryan Johansson, Kyle Turris. Even their defensive core is playing really good hockey, and Pecorine is playing good in net, but they've scored 4 goals a game. Goals against, Boston Bruins. This goes hand in hand with Tuukka Rask shutting the door and having a very good save percentage. They've only given up 2 goals a game. Last week's 3 stars of the week would be Brock Besser, who had 4 points, 3 goals, 1 assist. Leon Draisaitl, 3 points, 2 goals, 1 assist. And Tyler Johnson, 3 points, 1 goal, 2 assists. Milestone tracker, Paul Stastny of the Vegas Golden Knights just hit a total of 697 points. He's almost to 700. And Marc-Andre Fleury's at 447 out of 450 wins he's looking to get right now. The all-time wins leader is Martin Brodeur with 691 wins. He's one of my favorite goaltenders. It's a little bit of a throwback, but I just watched his Enterprise ad again, and he's a good guy. I love how in that ad he goes, I could rent a truck for a team of all goalies, of course. Martin Brodeur, what a guy. So that's this week's episode of Pork Puck. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Everyone have a happy Halloween and a safe Halloween. And we'll catch you next week. Thanks, guys. Later.